good all day, fam? So we're gonna go over my Thursday night football game tonight preview, and we got the Eagles and the Giants. It's a short week, Bruce Pride. The Eagles just blew a 14-point lead. The Giants turned the ball over 5 times last week. So tonight is about who's better on paper. It's about who corrects their mistakes faster, because Thursday night football doesn't forgive tired teams or emotional hangovers. The reality of the NFL, at least 2 teams every single week have a short week. That's the reality of the NFL. That's the brutality of playing in the NFL. But it's well worth it. You love this game. You're obsessed with this game. It's well worth it. Philly walks in 4-1. Giants 1-4. The Eagles are still favored by a touchdown, but both sides are limping. New York is missing Darius Slayton, Malik Neighbors. He's already gone for the season. Quarterback Jackson Dart, he's still playing through a hamstring. I think he had that little hamstring. That hamstring started nagging 2 weeks ago when he played against the Chargers. Philly is without their left guard, Landon Dickerson, a major loss for protection, and tight end Grant Calcaterra is out as well. Both teams are hurting, but only one has the depth to survive it. Jon Gruden said this best. I heard Jon Gruden say that Eagles have to put the nail in the coffin, and he's right. This game comes down to red zone discipline and turnover control. Philly leads the NFC in touchdowns once they get inside the 20. So that's going to be exceptional for Philadelphia. If they can, as long as they can drive the ball down the field, they're more than likely are going to score. The Giants, they're near the bottom of the league. So that's the difference between closing drives and collapsing. Number one, what would that actually decide? What would that actually decide between the Giants and the Eagles when they're driving the ball down the field and they have to punch it in? Number one, protection. Without Dickerson, Jalen Hurts, he loses his bodyguard inside. So that means Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns are coming right up the middle. If Hurts gets pushed off his spot early, this game can get ugly very, very quick. Number two, the Giants, their only path. The Giants know they can't win by throwing it. So their only shot is to slow the game down. Run heavy offense, clock control. Let Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo and Tyron Tracy run right at Philly's front. Dart's gone for 50-plus rushing yards in both starts. If they want hope, they've got to make this look like an old-school brawl. They are going to have to control the clock. And what I mean by slowing the game down, they're going to have to slow the game down for Jackson Dart. And they're going to have to take total control of clock. And if they focus more on the running, which is the Giants' strong arsenal, which is their strong power, which is what they pretty much they lean on, and which is Jackson Dart's game, they can take control of this game. They really could. They play really great defense, and they let Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo take control of that running game. Don't try to force the balls with Jackson Dart. They could come away with a win, or they could make this game very, very tight. Number 3, deep shots. The Giants secondary got torched last week. An 87-yard bomb to Rashid Shaheed and 60 more to Chris Olave. Now they face A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Hurts hasn't thrown a pick in 3 straight games. He has 7 touchdowns, 0 mistakes. If that continues, these deep plays will break the Giants' back. So this is more than football. This is about how a team handles being embarrassed. The Eagles got humbled last week, and when a talented team gets humbled, they're either spiral or sharpen. So they either panic or they get precise. Gruden said this. He said that you don't find momentum, you build it. And I believe that. You don't find momentum, you build it. And tonight, Philly's got the perfect chance to build it again. So here's my prediction and my lock-in for tonight's game. I'm going to give the game to the Eagles, even though I think the Giants can possibly come away with a win, or they can at least make this tight. I just don't see that happening. I don't see the Giants executing their game plan more efficient as the Eagles. The Eagles are pissed. And you talking about, what's the Eagles cornerback? Kenyon Mitchell. He got dug in last week. And so you mean to tell me he's going to come in with revenge? The Eagles are pissed off right now. And the Eagles, I don't see the Eagles at all coming away with losing this game. If they do, I won't be so surprised, but at the same time I will be surprised, because this is not a game that they should be losing. And this is a game that they cannot really necessarily afford to lose. But on the flip side of that, I'm saying this because The Giants is not a team to like overlook. The Chargers found that out very, very quick. And I'm not saying that the Eagles are overlooking the Giants, but they better be preparing for the Giants like they're preparing for the Super Bowl, because the Giants can sneak up on you. The Giants can really sneak up on you and come away with a win, because how the Giants are built, they're not playing they're not playing this way how they should be, but how they're built, how their personnel is the fact that they have they have players that can get. The Giants have players that they can win a Super Bowl with. I'm just gonna go out and say that, because they have elite pass rushers. I mean, they are stacked at pass rushing, but they're not executing. They're not showing it on the field. They have the personnel. They have elite personnel pass rushers, but they're not executing during the games. They have a really good defensive line. Their defense is not showing up at all. They have a really good running back, and Tyron Tracy, I think he's playing tonight. Cam Scatterboo, really good rookie running back. And they got Jackson Dart. He's not really good at throwing the ball down the field, or at least he hasn't shown that yet. But he is he is really, really good at running his legs. So they can kill you in the running game. So if their defense just steps it up and they execute their game plan even more exceptionally well, they can beat any team. This is why I chose the Giants, and this was prior to Malik Neighbors getting injured, but they still can do it. This is why I said the Giants can make it to the playoffs, but they're not playing that way, and I have to put that on coaching. I like Brian Daboll. I like the coaches that the Giants have, but they're not executing for whatever reason. They're not. Their game plan is not getting through their players. It's not. So the Giants played pretty well for the first half or the first quarter against the Saints, and the Saints defense just came through. The Saints defense overpowered, forced turnovers on Cam Scatterboo and Jackson Dart. So Jackson Dart, I'm pretty sure he got humbled a little bit, because the Saints, he's going to face a whole lot more heavier defenses than the Saints. The Saints has a pretty good defense, but he's going to face more. So they're going to have to really lock in. But with that being said, I'm still going to give this game to the Eagles. The Eagles just know how to win. So if the Eagles are going to have to lean on that running game, they're going to have to really force it with Saquon. If the Giants don't shut down Saquon, Jalen Hurts is going to have to figure out how to push that ball down the field as well, because the Giants, like I said, the Giants secondary is cooked. They're not good. So if Jalen, and the pass rush is not there, so if Jalen Hurts, if Saquon Barkley is shut down, they're going to have to push the ball down the field. But I think they're going to have. But if I was the Eagles, I would lean heavily more on Saquon Barkley. I will start the game off leaving. They have the Eagles' offensive coordinator is terrible. He has luxury. He has the luxury to start the game plan off by feeding Saquon, seeing how the running game is going to be during this game. See if we can get really good, powerful runs. If not, change it up a little bit to put your ball down the field. Put your ball in a number 11 10s. Put your ball in the second best offensive player's hands, A.J. Brown. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's so many strategies that the offensive coordinator can put with the Eagles, and given the fact that he can be studying the defense and seeing what the defense is going to give them, seeing how the game is going to be played. But it doesn't look like he's doing that, because the running game is nowhere to be found and the passing game is nowhere to be found. The Eagles' offense is actually struggling. So, but I'm going to still give this game to the Eagles 27-17. Given how the Giants' defense and their pass rushers are not really showing up, the Eagles should walk away with this game by at least 10 points. So that's why I'm saying the Eagles 27, Giants 17. We'll see. We never know. This is just the NFL. This is professional football. Both teams has a short week. The Eagles just looks tired. They look tired. They look drained. They kind of look like how the Chiefs looked. But the Chiefs was going on trying to push to win their third Super Bowl. The Giants just won one. So I don't really get where this fatigue and this frustration of the Giants is coming from. But they gotta take care of this real quick, because if they don't get their locker room together, if they don't stay focused, they're going to start losing more games. The thing with the Eagles is that the Eagles has way too many egos. The Eagles have too many egos in the locker room. That's what it's seeming like. You got Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley. You got a lot of elite talent there, and it's seeming like to me they're just none of these guys can get on the same page because their ego and their pride is getting in the way. That's what it's looking like to me from the outside. I can be completely wrong, and the media could be blowing everything up with the Eagles out of proportion. That's what the media does. They all can be cool right now. They all can be laughing, eating dinner, or having lunch right now. Saquon, AJ Brown, Devon, all of them. And the media is the one that's making it look like it's worse than what it actually is. Because that's what the media does. The media magnifies negativity. They magnify negativity and they ignore positive things that's going on. So, for this channel, I'm just going to keep it real. I'm just going to push out what I believe is going on and what my honest opinion is. And I'm just going to be I'm not going to pick only negative sides, only positive side. I'm just going to give whatever I'm not going to be biased in my takes. I'm just going to give you my honest, authentic opinion, point blank, period. So Philly doesn't need a statement; they need a response. And if they finish drives, this won't be close. All day, the Eagles can win this game by 10. I want you all to drop your score in the comments. If I'm right, hit that subscribe button if you agree with me, and give me that guru nod tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, because we're going to check in after tonight's game. Yeah, I'll do a Thursday night recap tonight's game. And like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Be easy.